Hola, chicos. So for today, we're going to take some notes on ordinal numbers. These words are actually on your vocab list, so you probably have seen them already, but we're going to look at how do we use them in different sentences and apply them when we're speaking Spanish. So here you have a chart. We have the English words first, second, third, and what it would look like if we wrote it out in numbers in Spanish. For today, we're just going to write out the Spanish definition first, and then we'll talk about how we use them in our sentences. So first in Spanish would be primero, or we could also have primera. So I'm going to put the ending with our notes as well, because this may need to change based on what we're talking about. It does always have to match. Second would be segundo or segunda. Third is tercero, or we could also say tercera. Fourth in Spanish would be either cuarto or cuarta. Fifth is quinto or quinta. Sixth, we have sexto or sexta. Seventh is séptimo, or we could also have séptima. And notice there is an accent mark here over the E, so just make sure we include that when we write it out. Eighth is octavo, octava. Ninth is noveno or novena. And then 10th, we have décimo or décima. Okay, so once we've defined these words, we know what they are. Let's look at a couple rules that we have. So it says ordinal numbers are placed, we're going to say before nouns. So in this sentence here, it says, ella es la primera chica que llegar. So she is the first person to arrive, is what that sentence is saying. Notice in English, our ordinal numbers are placed before the noun. In Spanish, it's the same thing. So in English, if I said first girl, in Spanish, I would also say primera chica. So the word order for this is the same as in English. For number 2, it says ordinal numbers must agree in gender and number with the noun. So basically what we're talking about is you need to recognize first, is your noun masculine or feminine? So you need to make sure we use that either O or A ending. And is it singular or plural? So are we talking about one thing or more than one thing? So for this example, it says, mis abuelos viven en la primera casa en la calle. So my grandparents live in the first house on the street. So the first house, primera casa, notice casa is feminine. So that's why I changed my word first, primera, to have that feminine ending, because these two need to match and agree. Primera casa. If it was plural, if I was talking about a bunch of houses, then I would need to add S's at the end. So just making sure that we apply those changes. For number 3, this is a rule. We're looking at 2 words that are kind of some exceptions that have their own spelling change. So it says drop the O before a masculine singular noun with primero and tercero. So if I want to use the numbers first and third, and it's in front of a masculine singular noun, like in this example, el piso, the floor. El piso is a masculine singular noun. If I want to say the first floor, then notice in this example, it says Pablo vive en el primer piso, the first floor. Notice in the second sentence, Sally vive en el tercer piso, the third floor. So this only applies to first and third if it's in front of a masculine singular noun. We take away that O, and then that's our form that we need. If it was feminine, if you notice in number 2, this is feminine primera, I just change it to the ending. So if you're using any other numbers besides first and third, you don't need to worry about dropping the O, but just keep in mind this rule for these 2 numbers. So here are some practice sentences. I'm going to ask that you just work on these on your own, and then on Schoology, the answers will be there for you to check. So just let's go through the first one together, and then ask that you go through these answers and then check your answers on the slideshow presentation on Schoology. For uno, it says, Pilar tiene la clase de español la blank hora. And we see a 3 in parentheses. So this sentence is saying Pilar has Spanish class third hour. So how would we say third hour? Make sure we look at your chart here, and tercera hora would be third hour. And I need to make sure that I am matching this number to what I'm describing. Hora is feminine, so that's why my number here is feminine, tercera hora. So take some time, fill out these sentences here, and then you can check out our slideshow on Schoology to compare your answers. And if you have any questions, just send me an email and let me know.